with a look at the Monmouth University indoor men's and women's track and field program here with the head coach Joe Compagni as we get ready. And Coach, it's now the beginning of track season. We start indoors and then obviously transition outdoors. Right. Talk about your program. Every season in the MAC, you've been able to sweep the men's and women's championships as now we look at your team on both the men's and women's side this indoor season.
We're excited for this year. You know, it's nice that we won last year, but as we've told our team, last year is over. It's history. If anything, it makes it more challenging this year to have some success. The nice thing is we do have a good group back, and they have gotten off to a good start, but we certainly know we have a lot of work to do.
Coach, I'm always curious, especially with your program, because it does seem just year after year to constantly win these championships. How do you keep the group focused from both the veterans that come back that have won and the newcomers who are looking to maybe get that first championship?
You know, I think every year is a new year. I know it sounds silly to say in some ways, but every group is a new group. This team has not won. You know, this team has to establish themselves. This team has to put up some marks, and this team has to get ready for championship time. So, again, it's nice to have that tradition. I think it sets a bar that our folks need to shoot for, but it's a brand new year.
And in that brand new year, as the coaches poll that just came out says, both the men and women picked atop the MAC. Talk about what that means, the strength of this conference, and how you maybe look at something like that as motivation either way for your team.
You know, I think one of the neat things is when we came into the MAC, we come in with one other school, and some schools have added track since we've come into the conference. So just in the last 2 or 3 years, it's gotten substantially stronger. And looking at some other teams, it's going to be even stronger this year. So I think this year is going to be perhaps the most competitive year in the MAC ever. So it's nice to be recognized by the coaches, but I think when we get to MAC championship time, it's going to be perhaps the best MAC meet ever.
Well, definitely looking forward to that. I'm kind of curious to get your thoughts, obviously. Is there an individual that either is performing at a high level now that you look to continue to do that? Maybe a name that we don't necessarily know. Is it one person, one group of athletes? What are you keeping your eye on as we really get into the heart of the indoor season?
You know, we have a big group, so it'd be tough to choose one person, and it'd be even tough to choose one event group. The 2 meets we've had have been mostly our sprinters and jumpers and throwers. Our middle distance group did 1 meet. So they're the ones who put up the mark so far and have done a very nice job of saying, hey, we're here and we've put in a good bit of work this fall. So a big key for us is coming together as a group, and all those groups coming together and starting to perform together in January. And, of course, them keeping their training going while they're home over the break, which is a challenge.
Well, that's something, as you said, with break coming that we'll keep an eye on as all the athletes return in January. And, Coach, we appreciate a few minutes. Good luck the rest of the indoor season.
Thank you. Thank you, Eddie.
That's the head coach of Monmouth University men's and women's indoor track and field. Outdoor, too, but we're just talking indoor with Joe Compagni.